I heard Kendrick performed at the Super Bowl. What happened? What up, where's your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell. Gang, listen. Yes, my voice is still raspy. I am still recovering from some mumbo jumbo. But they gave your boy some antibiotics, and that's all I needed, gang. I guess I'm gonna be all right. A little bit of Flonase. So I'm gonna be up and running and cooking, but I got work to do. I gotta cook for you. And something happened, gang. I'm gonna be here for a while. If you wanna rock out with me, I would appreciate it. If you don't, that's fine. Either way, I heard that Kendrick performed at the Super Bowl. Actually, I kind of watched the game. I wanna have a discussion. This is gonna be all over the place. I'm telling you right now, get your popcorn, soda, whatever you need. Get your screwball, get your water, whatever, whiskey, wine, whatever you need to ride with me, because I'm going to be all over the place. Like I said, I'm not 100% yet, but I'm going to do my best just to cover all this because so much went down. I just want to start it off. You know, I got to be honest. I was low-key, gang, behind enemy lines watching this thing. I'm just going to be honest. Shout out, man. Shout out, shout out. Shout out to my peoples, man. But watching this behind enemy lines with some Drake fans, gang, and, you know, it happens. I had it set up one way, and I was going to be dolo, like I by myself watching it. Wifey say, come upstairs for 2 minutes. I go upstairs, I get caught up there, and next thing you know, I'm in the presence of Drake fans watching Kenny do the halftime show. Gang, this is why I don't do reaction videos. This is why I don't do first listens, and I'm gonna break down the whole thing. You will never, if you ever see me do a video of something that I've only watched once, it is a clone or it is a lie, because my thoughts take way longer to process. But I'm gonna be honest, when I first watched it, and I can't explain this, gang. I know that's something, this is something I gotta work on. But at the end of the day, I'm sitting there and I got a whole set list in my head because I know these Drake fans gonna be on some bullshit. I was like, yo, it's gonna be, they probably already got the shirts made up. Worst Super Bowl performance ever. You know how when a team, when they go to Super Bowl, they print up the shirts for both teams and they both say that they both won? And the ones that didn't win, they got to destroy the shirts, but they already got the shirts ready. These dudes had the shirts ready. Worst Super Bowl performance. I said, they going to be treacherous. So I said, Kenny, come on, man, I need you. Listen, we can't let these mother effers win this shit. After all this, they already saying you don't deserve it. You got here because of this man, because of the boy, right? So I'm like, oh, I got a whole set list. Man, we gonna be all right. I love myself. Like, I got a whole set list. Like, yo, I'm just waiting that I think that he should do, right? That I'm thinking Kenny about to murder this in a Kenny way. We just watched the Amazons, and see me. I'm a Mr. Morale guy. I like Damn. I like Mr. Morale. I like To Pimp a Butterfly. You know what I'm saying? I like all the records pretty much. But I know for an event like this, you're gonna have to hit them with stuff that they can recognize, right? You're gonna have to go in the vault. In theory, based on what we've seen before, right? Michael didn't come out there doing, you know what I'm saying, Lady in My Life. Michael came out doing the hits, right? So in theory, you've seen Prince, you've seen whoever, Pink did it, I don't know, but whoever did it, when Snoop Dogg and Dre, and mind you, previously, if you go back in my videos, I said that Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre had the best Super Bowl performance to me. I felt it was extra hip-hop, extra crispy. You had 50 Cent, you had Eminem, you had Snoop Dogg, you had Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick. So it was a lot to live up to. So I'm like, oh, who's he gonna bring out? What surprises are we gonna get? You know what I'm saying? You bet not bring Lil Wayne Dusty, but you knew he wasn't coming anyway, right? So I'm sitting here, it starts. I'm like, oh, here we go. I'm in the belly of the beast. Salute. I mean, I like these my family gang. So it is what it is. I ain't got no problem with them. We just divided on the Drake issue, right? So I'm watching, and I want this whole thing. I know it could get very artsy really quick. I know it could get very black, which I'm fine with that, right? But it's so I just had a certain set list in mind. So he came out, and I watched the whole thing. But I'm not. I can't enjoy it. I can't enjoy it. So I'm sitting here. I'm kind of scrambling. I'm like, oh man, he gotta hit these. Gang, this thing is a masterpiece. But when you have a certain thing in mind that what it's supposed to be, what you thought it was going to be, and it needs to be this, that, and the third, you're missing the symbolism, right? Me, I'm just going to be honest. I know a lot of these motherfuckers going to fake like they was all in, right? I'm just going to be honest with you. I know a lot of these motherfuckers going, yo, da-da-da-da, the flag. A lot of these dudes didn't know what was going on. Just going to be honest. I said, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till the game is over. There going to be 1,000 breakdowns. I'm going to rewatch it for myself and get a real grasp. Because the immediate knee-jerk on Twitter was, you know what it was, worst Super Bowl ever. Mind you, the game was trash, but worst Super Bowl performance ever. I'm in my group chat. Yo, what happened to is we gonna be all right? Whatever. And salute to AG. He in the group chat. He said, I loved it. He said, them white people was so freaking mad. He said, I loved every minute of it. I'm going back and forth. And I stand on what I said in the group chat. But what I said in the group chat was the narrative is going to be that it wasn't a good performance. I said, that's going to be the narrative. I'm sorry to tell you. I said, this whole thing right now we're dealing with is narrative. And that gives this light-skinned, yellow, scary-ass court litigation MFer a chance to return. Not triumphant, but a chance to return. If this Super Bowl is looked at as a flop, I said, because after all of that, did you go out and stink up the Super Bowl? Guess who around the corner waiting with some sexy songs for you and all this other shit, right? Your boy, him and Party next door, they waiting to drop. So I'm like, I know, Kenny, you got crazy songs. I know we here. I know this is where we are with GNX. He's like, I don't want to go backwards. I don't live in the past. But I said, you know what? I'm going to sleep on this. Challz, just sleep on it. Don't write nothing. Don't post nothing. Just sleep on it. And gang, I'm going to be honest with you. I went to sleep. First of all, it's a fever dream because everything I got going on right now is 100 meds and all kinds of shit. Got a cough drop in my mouth right now. And I went to sleep on it, a fever dream. And you're going to think I'm lying. I kid you not. You're going to say, Challz, you a lying mother effer. Dog, when I was younger, my rap name used to be Eros Nature God Faith. And I was on some straight up lyrical, dude, we was the mud kids, men under divine cause in desperate situations. Gang, we was behind enemy lines. We was there to keep real rap like it was. We had a whole thing. It was a whole, we was again, Leroy was the computer in the sky that was trying to kill rap and sanitize it and make it, and that's what our whole thing was. And this young dude, Eros, from 30-something years ago, came to me in my dream, and he watched that thing with me and said, he did exactly what he was supposed to do, Challz. You the one on YouTube right now trying to do YouTube videos, right? That's not what he trying to do. He doing real rap right now, gang. He not trying to get up there and dance for these white people. You want him to be commercial. He not trying to be commercial. You trying to please a Drake fan? Are you insane? We dead ass would stomp this shit out of Drake in real life. This is what Challz is telling me. He said that nigga don't stand a chance in here in the 90s. He said Kendrick he's from us, my dude. He's from the 90s. This dude is living it how it's supposed to be. There's only a few of y'all left, gang. He said, bro, if he got up there and shook his ass for them white people, your heart would have dropped. He said, no, Challz, watch it again. Wake up. Wake up, gang. Pay attention. The songs he did, they all got a meaning. He did exactly what the Mud Kids would have did if they went up there. He did it exactly like y'all would have did it. Right? Imagine what y'all would have did had y'all got that stage back in 98, 97, 96. Anybody from that era didn't even like the Super Bowl. Like, we love the Super Bowl, we watched that. But whoever was performing, get them out of here. We was hardcore, gang, like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? We didn't like nothing. We didn't like nothing but rap. And we was hardcore hip-hop heads, backpack. Like with the ox razor in the like, listen, gang, we was that, right? We was different. We was the core of the city. We was the core of hip-hop. And what Kendrick got up there and did with what he's supposed to do if he's going to be the core of hip-hop. When you peel back, what happened? This was to actually be the actual opposite of everything Drake stand for. You know what Drake would have did? And what Drake fans immediately came out to say? He don't got no catalog. Drake would have put a tuxedo on and did every kind of flip-flop dance and did every happy fucking song he could do to get these motherfuckers to say, yeah, now that was good. Would have been the most unintimidating playlist you've ever seen in your life. You used to call me Eros was right, gang. He came to me in a fever dream. He reminded me, gang, he reminded me who you are. You a rebel. I ain't forget that. But I wanted so bad to not hear the narrative that I'm hearing. But then he explained to me, he said, Challz, who gives a fuck what they gonna say on Twitter? They gonna say that anyway. This dude is exposing this country for what it is. And that's what he supposed to do. He did his job. You want these fake motherfuckers that's going to Australia to see this goofy motherfucker with holes in his sweater, with dry ice coming out his back? That's who you trying to impress, gang? This where you at? I put that pillowcase over your head right there. I was like, you're right. You're right. And I woke up. I immediately went back in the group chat. I said, gang, I understand why he did it. He didn't need my track list. He had a different agenda. He's not there to tap dance. They got the right time. They got the wrong man. They should have never put him on there if they wanted that. Should have got Lil Wayne ass. And the narrative's crazy online. It's crazy. You should have got Wayne. Skip Bayless. Should have been Wayne. Right? Every single response is political. Every single one. I said, Challz, now you're woke again. You know what you do. You know who you are. You sitting here trying to play numbers game with people who don't care about nothing. You're trying to play patty cake with white supremacists. No, we don't care what they think. We got Serena over there crip walking, which is the biggest act of defiance. No, we're not going to play nice in here, right? We're not going to tap dance. We're going to bring a message. 100 Crips and Bloods. right? And that's the thing, they wanna minimize you into that. That's all you are. And this dude trying to show you, listen, gang, this is a representation. If you know what they really was started for in the first place, those gangs were started to protect each other from the abusive white cops. Let me say that again. The Crips and Bloods was the communities banding together to protect themselves from the abusive white cops. So, I rewatched it again. No Drake fans around. No one around, right? And I watched it from my phone so I could air out a lot of noise. I could just focus and centralize. And that thing, gang, from the very beginning to the end was a master class. A master class. And this is why we will never, ever be on the level of a fan of a person such as Aubrey Graham. They have no nuance. They have no attention to detail. The deepest they can get is a song about a girlfriend that they had that cheated on them. They can't get any deeper than that. And we'll have tears coming down, rapping that song with this goofball. I'm just gonna be honest. Gang, we taking sides right now. I know I'm supposed to be fair and balanced, but sides are chosen, gang. Just gonna be honest with you. Sides have been chosen. It's all of that, middle of the road, it's over. We cannot coexist. Because it's always gonna be, we're outselling this and we're doing, the playing field was never level. So for him to beat you at your own game while playing his game is a master class. This guy's smarter than you. You're going to court because you've run out of options of what to do against this dude. You've been running from him for 10 years. Throwing little jabs, saying little slick stuff for 10 years. And now everything you thought was going to work, the red button, all this nonsense, the backup plans failed. And here we are. Aubrey's in court now. So what I want to say is, we just watch a master class of, first of all, throwing a bunch of subversive messages in a place where they don't want no messages at all. Just gonna be honest. He's sitting there schooling them about their racist, fascist, morally bankrupt system and society. And some of these dummies went online and said, we went from kneeling a few years ago to pridefully displaying the American flag. We are so back. This is what the conservatives are saying, some of them. Some of them are pissed, don't get me wrong. But he played that fiddle brilliant. He got Samuel L. Jackson coming out, basically narrating. He's talking to himself what he knows they're saying at home. He has Samuel L. Jackson telling him what he knows America is at home saying on their couch to the TV. Don't be too loud, too ignorant, and give us the slow and calm stuff that we want so we can go back to our football game. And the Drake fans couldn't process why Samuel L. Jackson had on this goofy flag suit. And some of the conservatives were like, but Uncle Sam is white. Gang, this guy changed everything. Undoubtedly has been moved higher in my top 10. And some people might actually have to be bumped out of my top 5, which I've done it off and on. Randomly, I'll be like, blah, blah, blah. But I think some of these guys I have in my top 5 now will be moved. Because many of them would not have been able to get up there and execute this the way it was executed. And I even heard a rumor that he couldn't use pyrotechnics because Trump was there. And you can't do that around the president. I heard that is in the pipeline, that's why you never heard any explosions or bombs, which hurts his show. That is a huge part of any Super Bowl show. So while they're running around screaming, worst show ever, this dude had one hand tied behind his back and still went off without a hitch. No backup track, no backing track. I mean, you heard his voice when it was, in the skits when it was time to da-da-da, but that's not, he wasn't lip singing or lip syncing is what I'm trying to say to you. He was spitting these rhymes for real. This is the number one reason why I don't try to throw out my thoughts too soon, because I need to come back again. And when I came back again to understand the imagery, right? The 1619, all of the imagery, the video game, the PlayStation controller board, and all of the stuff that made the show what it was, right? I've been going down a rabbit hole, gang. I've been going down a rabbit hole. And they do this every time, though. They did it with This Is America, with Donald Glover. They did it with pretty much every song Kendrick dropped in this battle. And, you know, they're going to just piece it together. It's numerology, it's astrology, da-da-da. They're going to make sure that these things get picked apart. And most of it makes sense. Some of it is reaching. But it's just beautiful that we're so engaged with it. I looked at it like two of our strongest images in modern day. And you're going to say, Challz, what are you talking about? But to me, and this show has been off the air a good 12 years, 10 years, I don't know. Boondocks, Riley and Huey. And what helped me to understand what I was watching, I said, Challz, what would happen if they gave Riley and Huey the Super Bowl? Both of them, not one, both. Not Riley or just Huey, both. That thing would be mad political and mad hard. And it would not make no changes to the set line. Not one change to the scheduled program. That thing would be lit. It would be teaching you something. And your ass will learn. What I'm seeing with this, Kendrick does not want to be your favorite rapper. He got a lot of new fans that only like him, let's be honest, because he dissed Drake. They don't know his catalog. They don't know his story or his struggle. They don't understand that Drake was never going to beat this guy in rap because Drake don't understand rap itself. You can take the average kid and give him enough time, he can mimic rap. But he can't tell you the lifestyle that we go through to get where we get to be able to put them words on that paper and to know when to be painful, when to be ironic, when to be intelligent, when to be ignorant. That's stuff that come with pain, right? Anybody can mimic this. Drake never had a chance, gang. I'm just going to be honest. You got to look at the big picture. This guy needed more and more writers to help him achieve what he should be doing on his own. More and more producers. More and more label weird moves. It's not for everybody, this hip-hop thing. And this dude put that thing on the page. This dude put that thing on the page. Kendrick did not look at the Super Bowl the way we looked at it. Oh, it's time to shine. We're going to show the world. He's going to do all these records. I wonder what the set list going to be. He going to bring a choir out, ain't he? It's going to be a choir, right? You go see a choir. Wasn't no choir, gang. Wasn't no choir. But it was deeper than a choir. And it definitely was a 100% game over for Drake. Because this dude, literally, from the very beginning, never let his foot off the pedal. He even said, you know they like to sue, so I might not even do the song. We had already known that he was going to do it. They had released that about a week or two ago. But I see what he was trying to do when he was like teasing that he's going to do it, if he's going to do it. That was genius. Had it not been confirmed that he was doing that, that would have shocked everybody. But we knew he was doing it. Academics goes live bragging that he leaked the Super Bowl set list, hoping it would make him nervous and change it, right? Only a real bitch would do that, right? And this is what I mean when you don't understand hip-hop. When you understand hip-hop, let's say it's a battle. If I'm going to battle you, I want you at your best. I don't want to try to cheat, right? I don't want to spike something in your water so then you mess up your first verse and then I win by default. That's sucker shit. But that's the kind of people we're dealing with, gang. Academic, yeah, I leaked the set list. Dude, we don't care. You're lame, bro. You're lame. And the funny thing about it, Academic's supposed to be the biggest friend of XXXTentacion. Meanwhile, in this performance, and I'm starting to really, really believe this, that there is something. Kendrick is not letting up on this. Drake has something to do with XXXTentacion's murder. It's becoming more and more plausible. The Peekaboo song is supposed to be referencing Drake's involvement with XXXTentacion. And he supposedly says Peekaboo 17 times. And X had an album called 17. And there's a lot of different elements that makes people think that, once again, he was pointing to Drake and this XXX. Because when he performs Peekaboo on the stage, he's standing on the X when he does that set. There is so much to unpack with this thing that I can't even begin to touch it all because I'm not going to. It's too much to unpack. I'll let you watch those other videos. But I do want to speak on the people who are saying it's mid. And I like what Willie D said. And I want to read this real quick. Willie D said, people who thought Kendrick Lamar's halftime show was boring probably used their brain half the time, if that. The man was out there delivering a whole socio-political sermon, speaking on revolution, oppression, and the state of the world. And they were like, where the fireworks at? That's a fact. That is a fact. And the thing about it is, everybody not gonna go, right? Salute to my man Benny the Butcher. He got an album called Everybody Can't Go. Everybody can't go. We don't expect you all to be smart enough to get all this stuff, right? We don't expect you all to be revolutionaries. We don't expect you all to understand we fighting for our lives out here. Like when somebody goes down in my comments and tries to ask me, why do I have an issue with the current president, he who shall not be named? Like dead ass, like it don't make any sense to me. Right? Like asking your mom to choose which one of the kids she loved more. She loved them all, gang, because that's in her system. That's in her soul. And I understand what this guy's trying to do to us. Right? I'm a rebel by nature. And yeah, I did get caught up like, yo, he should do this song, that song, but that's irrelevant. Because when I sat down and processed everything, I understood all over again what my mission is and what his mission is. And hopefully your mission is to make sure that we aren't consumed by this immoral, soulless society that we're living in. To me, I'll probably be watching. First of all, that thing is one of the fastest. Let me see what it's at right now. At the time of recording, it's at 26 million views in one day. And for perspective, it's already passed Usher's performance from last year. It's at 26 million views, and it already passed, if I'm not mistaken, Usher's performance from last year. So be it right, wrong, or indifferent. And mind you, the NFL had to take it down and put it back up for some reason. So they took it down for a little bit. So I say all that to say, whether you loved it or hated it, but the year of the nonsense rap is over. Everything moves in cycles. Right now, it's where it's supposed to be. We're in that late 80s, early 90s, real rap, quote unquote, golden age rap. You can thank Kendrick for reinstating that on a worldwide level. Rappers used to dream about, yo, what if they put, I remember like clockwork, dudes would be like, yo, what if they put a real rapper on the Super Bowl? Da, da, da. I'm not gonna name any rappers, because y'all gonna be like, well, he would be born. Da, da. That's not what we're talking about. I'm not gonna talk about which rapper, who, what, they, them, that, those. I'm just saying, if they were to, our heroes from back then, what we revered and what we thought real rap was supposed to be, right? And yes, Public Enemy is in that lane of what I'm talking about, right? They're one facet of what I'm talking about. So if those real rappers were allowed to hit that Super Bowl stage, what would they be doing? Would they be trying to pander and trying to do some type of, you know what I'm saying? Tootsie slide, icky shuffle, you know? I don't think so. I feel like this is a master class, and I also want to read what Curtis King said too, but this is a master class of what rap is supposed to be. I used to say that Nas lived up to what the promise of a real rapper. When I hear somebody talk about the qualities of a real rapper, I can tell instantly they don't know what a real rapper is supposed to be doing out here. Nas is a real rapper. If you understand, I'm not talking about Nas is Nas is the greatest lyricist of all time. That's not here nor there. I'm not talking about how nice you are with the pen. There's a lot of dudes nice with the pen. But a lot of my guys nice with the pen kind of like flip-flopped on rap and tried to get a bag. I'm just going to be honest. There's only a few of them that can really walk that line. But for the most part, our true rappers who started from the project hallways use that pen to get in the game, get that record deal, and become mega stars and still rapped. It's only a handful of them, gang. And Nas is one of them. He's one of the ones that I say is a real rap. It's a certain way and a certain thing you're supposed to think about. And it ain't how many sales you moved, how many streams. Yes, that matters to a degree. Going to be honest with you. But that is way down on the list. Way down on the list. of what a rapper is supposed to be doing with these mics. And just for reference, no, Drake has not achieved real rapper status. Never, not even close. He doesn't have the tools to do it. So Kendrick went up there and did what a real rapper is supposed to do. Now, you can still be a real rapper and get up there and put on a show. You know what I mean? You can do your hits, your big records, you can put on a show, right? I know Jay could have walked the balance and did the same thing and put on a show, right? I'm sure Nas could have put on a show. Nas' show wouldn't have been as good as Kendrick's show, I'm just gonna be honest. I love Nas, but Nas' show is great, don't get me wrong. Nas will do 2 hours and you'll be like, why are we leaving? Where we going? Keep the show going. But I don't know if Nas could hit it like Kendrick. Well, he got some really big records and he could have brought some surprises out, so yeah, but it is what it is. But what I'm saying is this dude, Kendrick, did it the way we want it to be done for hip hop. Now, I know some people that's even into real hip hop didn't like the show. That's fine. That's fine. But Curtis King, I want to read what he said because I kind of liked what he said. And he wrote, the reason Kendrick's performance was likely underwhelming and mid to you is likely the same reason NASCAR is boring to me. I'm not the intended audience, and that's okay. But you'd never see me go out of my way to make sure NASCAR fans knew my unsolicited opinion. And that's some real spit, because if you don't like it, it probably wasn't for you. But you don't gotta go, and this is to a lot of the conservatives and just general white people that just didn't like it and was like, it's boring, I don't like it, You have your right to your thing, but just keep in mind that it was geared to the people like us that been listening to hip hop for 50 years or 40 years or 10 years. I don't know how old people are, some people are young. But they get it. They're not looking for this pop experience. So the people like myself that know you're supposed to, like, if they're not irritated, you're probably not a good rapper up there. If you're up there in a room full of conservatives and like very dull, dry, borderline, like, I don't know, I don't want to be insulting, but you up there with people, young and old, who have absolutely no desire to hear something with a message, and you can get up there and still do real rap. Yeah, you're probably doing something right. And if they're clapping along and da-da-da, you're probably like, no disrespect to Tone Loc, but you're probably Tone Loc, right? Salute to Tone Loc, what's up? You're probably Young MC. It's okay, I like Young MC, whatever. Ain't nothing wrong with being Young MC, I'm not disrespecting Young MC. But what I'm saying is, you're probably easy to digest. I wanna know who liked the show, because I am not sure that a lot of people who are saying they liked it really know why they liked it. I'm gonna tell you right now, when I first watched, I thought the set list needed to be adjusted. But upon further review, it was fine. I was worried about the set list. I was worried about people were gonna say it wasn't up to par. And they're already, don't compare this dude to my GOAT ever again. They're already on that. And that's okay. We're not doing the same thing anyway, gang. They're not like us. They never will be. And yeah, man, Eros will be proud. The Mug Kids will be proud. And I'm proud. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Salute to Kendrick, he did a great job. I know that a lot of you people will be dissecting this for months, but I think that we finally got what we deserved, an artful, artistic expression. This is why he gets these Grammys. This is why he got a Pulitzer Prize. And this is why he's probably going to go down as the greatest rapper in the history of hip-hop. CLBMG gang, I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. I appreciate you watching. I apologize for the scratchy, raspy voice. I'm just going to be honest. Shirts are up on the site. It is what it is. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.